Hello everyone, it's another tactic video from me, so I'll get straight to it. It's for the Sha of Fear, which is the last boss in the Terrace at the End of Springs. With this fight we will use 2 tanks, 2 healers and 6 DPS, and it's a 15-minute enrage timer. I can't stress enough that this fight is very similar to Raid Finder, so it's just more paying attention to the abilities we already know and remembering the new things that we have to do. But it won't be that different. So the first thing I want to talk about is for the tanks, and that is to make sure that when you are tanking the Sha of Fear, to stand in the golden circle. This will mean that a wall will appear, meaning you take 10% less damage, and you'll be immune to the Breath of Fear. So make sure you stand in that. Also for the tanks, to remember that every 4th hit, the boss will thrash, which is a very huge amount of damage. You need to make sure that you're using cooldowns and mitigating that damage properly. You will be told when thrash happens because you should be using DBM, and it does warn you prior to the hit. Right then, for the melee DPS, you need to make sure that you are attacking the Sha of Fear from behind to cause more damage. I know in Raid Finder some people tend to attack from the front because it's easier because of the Breath of Fear, but you need to be DPSing from the back, and then when the Breath of Fear is going to happen, running into the Cone of Light that we all know from Raid Finder. So the Breath of Fear, this happens generally every 30 seconds when his bar fills up, and this will, wherever the Cone of Light isn't, fear the target and cause a huge amount of damage. So we need to make sure that we're not in that at all. The other thing people need to remember, more range and healers, is that we need to be a bit spaced out in the Cone of Light because of Eerie's Skull, and that will cause some damage. So we just need to make sure that we're spaced out. Also while this is going on, we'll have terror spawns, and they will spawn to the left and right of the room. They will also have a front shield, so we can't DPS them from the front, we have to DPS them from behind. This will mean going out of the lighter cone and to DPS them, but all DPS must do this. When there is going to be a Breath of Fear, you need to make sure that you get back into the Cone of Light. Then let that happen and then go back and DPS the ad. I don't want to see anybody DPSing the ad, having it nearly die, and then dying from the huge amount of damage from the Breath of Fear. So please don't do that. So everyone knows already of Ominous Cackle, which is it will take 1 tank, 1 healer and 3 DPS onto a platform. And this is where you have your Guardian. With the Guardian, he'll be tanked, and he'll be stood in the middle of the platform, and I don't think he can be moved. One thing you have to watch out for is Dread Spray, and with Dread Spray he will do a pattern of 16 volleys, and if you get hit more than a few times, you will be feared. So you need to make sure you're not getting hit by that. Also, then you've got Death Blossom, which is he will be casted, and if you aren't standing behind one of the pillars, it's just like Raid Finder, you will die. So you need to make sure that you're avoiding the volleys and avoiding the Death Blossom. Now, please note, Stephen a while ago put an add-on on to help us with this part of the fight with the Guardian, so I want to see everyone with the add-on. The add-on is called Sha of Fear Assist, and I'm sure he's put information on the forums about that, so please everyone take a look, because that will make it will make everything easier for the platform part. Also for the platform, I'm not sure if a lot of people have been doing this on Raid Finder, there are orbs that you need to pick up. So everybody, including the tank, will need to pick up the orbs on this platform. With this part of the fight, we need to be doing it as quickly as possible. And as soon as the Guardian is dead, we click on his corpse, and then we're back onto the original part of the fight. You do gain a buff from this, and the buff basically is you will be immune to the Breath of Fear for a certain amount of time. So the people coming out of the Ominous Cackle will generally stay out of the Cone of Light to kill the ads that they can see on the side that they come out of. So while you've got that buff, please make sure to stay out and kill the ads before rejoining the raid, because you won't have to worry as much about the fear. So that's it really. This is a rinse and repeat fight. We're going to use heroism at the start because that's when we're all there ready just to kick his ass. So it's just quite simple, remembering to avoid the Breath of Fear by standing in the Cone of Light, kill the ads when they're up but they can't be attacked from the front. When we go onto the Guardian phase, please get the add-on that Stephen gave, because it makes it so much easier to avoid the volleys. Don't get killed by Death Blossom. Pick up the orbs and click the body, come back and rinse and repeat it. So that's it really. It is quite simple. It is quite a long fight though, so try to keep your concentration up for the whole time. But that's it from me. Hope everyone has a good time and that we can this boss soon. See you later, guys.